Let's continue looking at this definition of this idea divides. And so I think we have a sense of what division is and what divides means, but let's be more formal now using this definition. And it involves introducing or reminding you of other key terms related to prime numbers, composite numbers. And so we have A divides B. And so you look at this symbol here, we can say A divides B. Right, if and only if there's a whole number such that A times something equals B. So that should make sense that A and X are factors. A times X, or some number, equals B, right, is the same as saying A divides B, meaning A goes into it. More formally, we can say A divides B if and only if A is a factor of B. Right? When A divides B, we can also say that A is a divisor of B, right? So students get confused with those terms, and you may even get confused with those terms. Key thing is understanding what a factor is, understand what a divisor is, right? A is a divisor of B, and so those are equivalent statements. A is a factor of B. B is a multiple of A. Multiples are the bigger values, as we'll start to look at some of these things. And B is divisible by A. And so divisor, divisible, divides, it all gets kind of mixed up. And so we'll look at this example here to kind of hopefully clear some of this up here. And so then looking at example 5.2 here, again, true or false. I have the answers in there, but I'll remind you of why. This one's true. This is true because 3 times 4 equals 12, right? It's a factor. 3 divides 12. Is 8 is a divisor of 96? That's true because 8 times 12 equals 96. And so that's why you would say 8 divides 96. 2 16's a multiple of 6. And again, if you keep counting up 6, 12, 18, 24, ... At some point you would get 216. And we get that because, again, 6 times, what is the number we're looking for? Probably not 50, 40. I think it would be 6 times 40 is 240. It's too big. 6 times what is 216? And so that's what we're looking for. I'm trying to do it in my head. And the answer would be 36. I know I knew that. 36, and so that's why it's a multiple. 51 is divisible by 17, right? Another way to think about it is 51 divided by 17 equals 3. This is false, right? Because it goes into it, but doesn't go into it precisely, right? There's no factor because 7 times 5 equals 35. 7 times 4 equals 28. So there's nothing times 7 equals 34. And this last one's true. You can see it, right? This is a factor of this. You can see 2 squared is here, 1 3 is here. If you wanted to kind of look at it this way, the way we've learned it before, is you can see that these would cancel. So you could see this divides this because those squares would cancel and you just end up with 3 times 5. So it's divisible. And so that's what we're looking at, this term divisible, divides, factor, multiples, and how they're related.